Hi, I'm Lanita Medina from Camden, Maine, and we just finished watching the closing of the Olympics. And I thought this would be very appropriate to make as a Team USA closing page. We have been doing in my group, and actually several other groups have been doing one page per day since the beginning of the Olympics until today, with different themes like gymnastics and archery and so forth. And one of the pages was to use the patriotic colors or Team USA colors. And so I thought, well, this would be good for the ending one. The collection I used here is patriotic, but for tonight's page, I'm going to use the background as a patriotic bundle or product, designer paper, which would be that. And then this one is from the Washington D.C. paper. This one had 6 papers with it, fun papers. And it has, to me, it seemed more of the Olympic stuff, I guess I thought, instead of the 4th of July. So I'm switching it to this for this upper part. Now, I think I forgot to say about the card to page. I love card to page. And this idea is from this card. This is the Something Blue collection. And the other 2 cards are like this. Super cute. Those would be fairly easy probably to make, but I chose this one because I thought it would be easy. It's a little bit more challenging, but we'll have fun with this one. You can see that on this one there are 3 pieces, so 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and that's what I'm going to attempt to make with you here. You'll see some of the little variations. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. You can put as many layers as you want. After I show this to you, then I'm going to show you some other options that with less layers. I guess the 3 layers like I have there, and with other papers. All right, let's get started. I already said this is my base, so that's going to be set aside over here. And make sure that I'm in range here. So the easiest way to make this is to fold it in half. Even your cardstock will need to be folded in half. However, that won't show as much. And even if the line shows, that's okay. I learned that from Noreen Smith when I saw her making ideas, and she folded it, and I thought, oh, well, that's not as bad. It's okay to fold it. So here's, yeah, let me just fold it here so I can make sure and explain it correctly. Depending on how far down you want, it will depend where you start, but you can always cut more off at the top if you feel like you've made it too long. I know we don't want to waste paper, but it's always better to go longer than shorter. And so for the first cut, for the first paper here, I am going to go, this is very busy paper here, so I hope I can see my markings. Oh, and this is the number 6 oval, which is the next to the largest size. And I wrote little notes here. You are going to go 2.5 down from the top and just mark it 2.5. Ooh, let's see. Am I going to be able to see my marking there? I think I can see that, but maybe I better use this silver pen. Let's see if I can see that there. I just need to be able to see it and not, I don't want it really marked well. And then my next marking is going to be 2 down from that. So there's 1 and there's 2. That would be at the 4.5 on this one. So that's there. I better find another pen that will give me a little bit more coloring. I just need to be able to see it. It's going to get cut off, so it's not a huge deal. And then what I am trying to create is this right here. So if you fold it in half, this is what I'm trying to create here, okay? And because the oval goes up and around, I need to stop at a certain point. And I can't go all the way down because, for one thing, it goes up. And for another thing, when I stop here, I need to veer down to the bottom. So that's kind of the challenge of this. And then I want to also create this the little dip up there. And so I have my template a little bit off. Now, like I said, I can always make it shorter after I need to make sure my paper is folded well here. I can always make it shorter. I have found that it's better to make it longer just to make sure you have it right. So here's my marking down here. On this one, it's at the 8.5, but on here it's at the 4.5. And you can see that I'm not nearly going far enough. So I'm just gonna change it here, and I'm gonna put this here so you can see how far I am from that. And I think it's a little bit far, so I'm going to just tilt it a little bit more. And that's your gauge. Now the red blade, it will go out a little bit, so I'm thinking I better go up just a teeny bit. I would practice on play paper or junk paper or whatever. And so I want to end up here, so I really don't want to go too far down because I want to veer it, as in, once I cut a little bit, I'm going to go downward more. And I'll show you that in a bit. Okay, so I think I'm good there. Your zero centering rule is super helpful. Now, because it's that little bit there, it tends to want to tear the paper, just because when you start on an edge, sometimes it rips it. So I started here, went backwards, and all I'm going to go to is that little that little dip right there where the template ends, where my cutter, where this piece ends. And I can raise it now. I go to right about to there. Now you can see that it's there and my mark is there. So I might have gone a little too far, but let's do the rest of it and see how it goes. Okay, now this is where this, oh my goodness, what is this called? I always forget the names when I'm in front of the camera. The bendy ruler. There is another name to it, isn't there? It is called flexible ruler. I brought the packaging up just in case. And so I'm just going to go to where I was and go where I stopped there and make a little mark there. I was doing it like just watching and saying, oh, I can do this, but not just watching, just freehanding it. But it just didn't turn out so good, and it were crooked and whatever. So I can see my marking. Hopefully you can too. And then I'm just going to cut along this line that I just drew. And I should make it right to where I stopped with the trimmer. I mean, with the template. There you go. Okay, one down. All right. When you do this, it's not as difficult. I'm just telling you because I'm showing you, so you'll see. Now, once again, even though it's cardstock, we don't need as much on this because this is what's going to go under. Okay, this is the top piece. This is the one that's going to be the highest, and you can see that I made it lower. So this is going to go lower. The red is going to go lower, but I can just place it lower, so I don't need to waste as much paper or make it as thick. Or as deep, I guess is what I mean. So I'm going to bring it down here just so that I'm not off the, the mat here. And I'm gonna go at 2 this time, just so I can make it a little narrower up here. However, I still want to do my 2 inches down to here because, so I'm at the 5 here, so 1, 2, because I need that dip. Okay. So let's see, if I do this one and I do that one, All right, so I'm going to do something with you here to show you, because we want 2 of these. And so I am going to do it with the green blade. Let me just make sure. I'm going to have to raise it up because the green will go all the way down to here. It sticks out a little more. So I am going to go a little higher and start, and this will start about to there. Okay, let's see how this goes, okay? Because I am trying to make this one now, the little tiny piece, and you'll see what happens. I hope it comes out right. You know how it is when you do these things, and suddenly it's like, oh, wait. Did I do that right? Okay, so stop about to there. Oh, yeah, I forgot to do what I told you not to do. I'm going to start here and go backwards and then come back here. Okay, and go up, and then over here, stop here. And then, with the flexible ruler, go right here. Now, is this a lot of trouble to make? Well, it's actually kind of fun. Now, I'm seeing that I'm it's going to curve up too much, so I'm going to just lower it a little bit. I can do that because, well, you'll see when we put it together, when I put it together. Okay, so there's that piece, and I'm going to go up a bit and bring it down. Okay, so there we go. So cut that part, and then I'll have the little piece that I need. And I should have the, you know what, my paper moved a little bit. Oh, you know what, my paper moved a lot. Oh dear, that is not good. All right, well, let's see. That actually hasn't happened before, but I may have to make this again. Let's see how it turns out. So this is the paper that moved. So I may just have to adjust it a little bit here. Okay. But you get the idea. It's going to be a little skinny. All right, so there's that piece. And then this one is the one that I'm going to just fix a little bit because it's that piece. Oh, no, this is the one. Oh, my goodness, what am I doing? That's not the one. This is the one that I was worried about. Okay, that one maybe needs a little bit fixing. That was silly of me, huh? Silly. Okay, there we go. So we have that and this. And I already made the white. Now, you know why I already made the white, just because I want to be able to show you, but now just so you can see what's happening here. So first this, and then I'm going to do the blue. And where's the other piece that I already made? This is going to go here, but there'll be a blue in between. So just so you can see that it's getting built here. It's doing good. And then there's that piece. Okay. Now, as I'm looking at it, it may work to just put a blue up here. I do have a blue piece that I did cut out. So let's see how this looks. This one is one that I messed up on, but you know what? That would actually work, I think. So let's just see if that works. So that would work. It's just not so many layers. It's not as vibrant as I would like it, so I am gonna put a blue under here. All right, so oh, you know what? I do have one of those cut too. All right, so you know how to cut now. And I'll just assemble. So you will just make yourself a whole bunch of these. Oh, yeah, you know what? This one I did the old way. This one I didn't do with this. I did want to show you this, so that's why I had it sitting here. So at first I was freehanding it. Remember how I said I was freehanding it? And I was getting it too flat. So I do recommend that you do this one so it will be more like a drape. But this one, I freehanded, and so it did. In fact, this is very crooked. That's what happens if you don't fold it and you freehand it. So, so I think this one is a better way. So let's make the blue, just because I forgot why I had made this. All right. Okay, one more time here so that it will solidify how to do this. And okay, here's this part. And I will make my little marks. So I'm going to do it at the 2 and at the, actually, you know what? I do want it a little less so I don't waste so much paper. I did it at the, I'm going to do it at the 1.5. And again, the first one where I gave you these measurements at 2.5 and 2 was so that you would have, the length of it, which this is your top piece, so you have to have that length. The others are underneath, so it doesn't matter as much. All right, so what did I say? 1.5, and then I need to make sure I have my 2. So 1 and 2, and that's at the 4.5. Okay. So I'm going to bring this down because the template's going to go way off of that. And where am I at on this? Do I have enough room to bring it up? I think I do. And I'm going to go that way first, and then this way, and stop at that little point right there. Turn it, do my 0 centering ruler. And that's 0 centering ruler, my flexible ruler. And this is what's nice about this. I have it set to be straight. I mean, straight at an angle. But you can, you can do whatever you want with this. This was a little harder to do. That's why I had to do the template, but the oval cutter. All right, this is a little bit hard for me to see with the shadow. So if you see my head in there, it's because I'm trying to see the shadow. Or beyond the shadow. Okay, here we go. Let's see how this turns out. Okay. All right, so there's that. That's okay, I think. And it's a little shorter. Okay, that's not as down as I want it to be, but in fact, it's not down at all. So I wonder, well, let's see how it turns out. I have actually made quite a few of these, and you're going to see when I show you the other samples. The other thing is that the middle here can be, it's going to be covered. So it's okay to have it not match up here on the middle part. And then let's see, I wanted this one. So let's see how this does. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's a little crooked, but it's not as low as I wanted it. But it's okay. All right, so that's going to go there. So just have a little bit of a curtain look. And then let's see how this looks. So it does feel like it should maybe have the red up there. Oop. Okay. There's a little bling there. All right, so now this is going to be really high and celebratory. How fun is that, huh? And then the little piece, I'm going to put some tape runner on it. You could also do a deeper blue. I had pulled out the cranberry. Okay, and I'm going to bring this down just a bit. With the skinnier piece, it can be a little tricky to make it blend well or curve well. So there we go. Okay, now let's put it on this so it'll start looking a little bit more like I want it to look like. And as you can see, this is a big wide portion. So here's the thing with that, what I realized, and actually that doesn't look as even as I was hoping, but okay. What you can do is you can trim it up here, or you can make it lower. So let's play with that a little bit. Let's see, I wanted to show you. Let's see, here we go. So there is room. There's plenty of room for 3 pictures here. And I did a lower one just so that you could see the arch there. You could do red and white and the blue there. You could do that. That would be really cute. If you want it higher though, then all you do is make it higher. Then you have larger photos, less of this. But if you want it a little lower, this one is, let's see how this compares to this. Yeah, this one is about an inch lower. And so I was able to put a picture here. So here you would be able to put a larger picture. How would that look? Let's see, I think I have some papers here. Oh, I'm not finding them now, but okay. So, yeah, where did my papers go? So you could have larger pictures there, but I'm going to cut it down a bit just so it's not so overwhelming. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this and straighten it out here so that it will be equal here, because I didn't get those quite straight. So I'm going to cut that there. Now we're okay on that. So I'll just cut about 1/2 inch off. And then there we go. So now it's shorter. So I like to be able to decide how long I want it or how short I want it. And that's why I do make it longer at first. If you look at the back here, you can see that my other pieces are pretty equal there up here, but here they are shorter. So you can do however you want them. All right, so there's that. Now, putting your embellishment. This is one of the embellishments from it's the Festive Fireworks. These came with the July, the number 7 kit of the This Life. And so this one worked super well for this idea. And then what I did is I ended up putting it on this part of the paper and then just fussy cutting around it so that there would be a little bit more of a distinction with it. So I'll just go ahead and just fussy cut just kind of around a little bit. And there we go. Now you just wait till I show you some of the other things that I've made with this idea. Some of the other palettes that I've used. Palettes, bundles, collections. Collections is probably a better word. All right, now a few little foam squares on this. This already has a bit of it. This is raised already, so you don't want to raise it too much. But here's where you see why it doesn't matter as much what's in the middle, because you're covering it up. And you know what? That fold doesn't even show. So that's fun, isn't it? All right, and then you can decorate it. I mean, I folded it, but you can, I tilted it, but you can use the rest of these on this, just like I did on here. And put a little picture there. I did have one of these ready, but I don't know where it went. So anyway, and then use the rest of your decorations on the mats here. Isn't that fun? Okay, here are some of the others. Clear off my space so that I can show you the other things, the other pages. Here is, this one is with the something blue. That's the first one that I made with the something blue, because I just figured that it was good to pattern after the same one that the card was on. And these are the vellum, and I think it just looks really pretty. I think I had 3 vellum pieces here, and it looks like I lost one. I've been showing it a lot because I get so excited about these ideas. And then this is the reverse here. So this one is a lighter color with light. This is dark with light. This is vellum here, that's vellum. And these are the embroidery ones. And this is really mimicking the card a lot more. If you want to do more of these, make yourself a template. Like I made a template, but then I varied the sizes depending on how long I made it. So that, I thought, well, maybe the templates don't work as much. But I did put a whole bunch of extra pieces. You can see that I did a bunch of these, just practicing and playing. And so I would suggest that if you like this idea, that you play and practice. And the vellum does work really good. Okay, let me show you one more. Let's see, there's one more. Oh, this is probably what I was going to show you, and it's on the green. So here you can see a little bit of the fold, but this one is on the This Life collection. I really like the This Life. I like the brightness of it. I like the, yeah, for kids stuff. And I ended up putting because they're little, the embellishments from the summer break collection. These summer break artsy add-on kits have a whole bunch of little tiny ones. So just take a look at this. I didn't tape that one on too well, hoping to be able to move it. So this one is a really fun one to go on it with the little sun. The other thing I was thinking of is this is a curve here, but this is a straight edge. So if you corner around one edge here, it really makes it look nice and like it belongs, nice and uniform. This is a smaller one, so I wasn't quite sure about it, but for sure. And then you could put your title or just a picture there. So depending on what the theme is for your event that you're making this page for, that's how you will decorate. So anyway, so I really like that one. And then, I didn't think I'd put that much adhesive on it, but I guess I did. And then down here, did I put much on here? Let's take those off, and I want to show you the option on these artsy add-ons. You can put a title type thing, right? Having a blast, and then do there's that embellishment, that bling again. And then do different ways of putting these on. So here you've got you can cut these in half. And you can put little tiny pictures on here. You can write. So you have a lot of options with these artsy add-ons for something like this. You can also leave it without anything and just put pictures on here. I put placeholders is what I think Noreen used to call them, just so that you can see how many pictures can fit on there. Okay, so, oh, I'm off the camera. I'm so sorry. I keep pushing things up. Okay, so thank you for watching. And I hope you get to make this. I hope it's not super difficult and that you'll have fun with it. Thank you for watching. I'm Lanita Medina from Camden, Maine. Oh, and if you do want some of these Festive Fireworks, I have them on my site that has either exclusive or discontinued products, and that's called scrapbookingwithlanita.com. All right, thanks for watching.